Hi guys, it's almost Father's Day, and I thought it was a good time to talk about the father archetype. So, how is your relationship with the father? Hi, I'm Laura Giles with Pan Society. Thanks for coming to our channel and checking us out. We're here to help make animism accessible and show you how to use it in your day-to-day life. So if you find anything here useful, please hit that subscribe button and show us some love. Thanks. So, like I said, it's almost Father's Day, and in animism and paganism, we always talk about the mother and how important that is because the mother gives us life. But the father gives us the seed that makes life possible. So both of them are creators or co-creators. They need each other. So one is not more important than the other. And if you look at the way that America was founded, almost from our beginning, fatherhood was destroyed. So in slave populations, the family was often not allowed to be together because if the person who has the control has a lot of power. And so with the father, you have three really important things. The father gives the seed, the father is the provider and the protector. But when slavery happened, which was really right after the English got here, like I think 12 years after the English got here, we started the implementation of slavery. And from the beginning, they were treated as animals. You know, I want you to breed with this one to give me more free labor. And it was about breeding and not about families, not about cohesion, not about loving and caring, providing and protecting, because they didn't want that family to have a family. They didn't want them to have traditions or glue or love, things that would make them harder to control. So the master took the control. The master is now the provider and protector, and everything that you get comes from that person. So it's really, really important. Part of this father energy in all of us, male or female, is the ability to provide and protect ourselves and provide and protect our children. So we had all that going on there, and then we had the Native Americans. And how did they get control of them? So what happened was they put them on these reservations, so that you can't leave this space. We're going to take your guns so that you can't hunt and provide for your families, and you can't protect either. You can't defend yourself from us. So again, that power was taken away. That fatherhood was taken away. So we've got centuries of fatherlessness. And this didn't just happen here. This happened in Canada, in Ireland, in Scotland, in Australia. That's just the way that conquering went. That was the way that it happened. So you have fatherhood destroyed for centuries. And then comes along, way after, women's lib. So now women, because of the wars, women are in the workplace. It's more acceptable for them to work, and there's birth control. So women now have more control. So it used to be the mother provides the womb, nurtures the child, and the father provides and protects for both of them. And when that works together, it's lovely. You've got family, you've got just a unit that works really well. The child is very well cared for. But then, you know, women's lib was like, you know what? You've been a deadbeat all this time. I don't need you. I can do for myself. So the mom had to be father too. And that's kind of like a toxic fatherhood because it's not the warm, loving, nurturing, let's do this together kind of thing. And then what happens? You got the man's emasculated. So for all this time, you've got men being emasculated, and that does not really help anybody. So is it any wonder we've got toxic masculinity? Of course not. How are you going to learn it if you don't have good role models? And 43% of people in the United States are fatherless, grew up fatherless. That's pretty shocking, isn't it? So that's almost half of us. And that's not to say that the rest of them had healthy fathers. So it's time to get this healthy fatherhood back in place, because we don't want one of the things that I see in this goddess movement and the pagan movement is it's like, oh, toxic masculinity is bad, it's time for the mother, the goddess, woo woo, and then so the pendulum just swings, toxic masculinity, and then before long it's going to be toxic femininity, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth. Where in the middle here you have this meeting of both healthy masculine, healthy feminine, the mother and the father, which is how it happens. We need both. So if you are a healthy father and you're taking care of your kids and maybe taking care of someone else's kids, I want to say thank you. We need you. We need your role models. How are you going to learn it if you don't see it? This is women too, like I said, because they're providers and protectors for us too. And part of it too, one of the things that I see that's not so fabulous is overdoing that providing and protecting. If you've got kids at home that are 25, 30, 40, and you're still doing it for them, your job is to teach them how to do it for themselves. Don't be the government, big brother, I'm going to give you everything that you need, so you have to depend on me. Help them to do it for themselves. Because it's relational. That's how we grow into elders, is that we have to become wise and independent and leaders. That's father energy, leadership, power, responsibility, those kinds of things. You don't want to be a toxic dad. Toxic dads or fatherlessness leads to disproportionately teenage runaways, teen parents, pregnancy. You've got dropouts, high school dropouts. You've got the vast majority of kids in residential facilities come from families without fathers. Violent rapists, 80% of violent rapists come from families without fathers. So dads are super, super important. Fatherhood's really important, not just to have a presence there, but somebody who exudes that, I'm going to give you the seed, I'm going to nurture that seed, I'm going to provide and protect for you, that energy. So, I hope that if you're having problems with father, that you start to nurture that in yourself. I hope that if you have a father, you give some gratitude for that father. And if you can be that provider and protector for somebody, lots of kids need fostering. You could do Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We all need somebody to help us out. Maybe that's you. So I hope you have a fantastic Father's Day. If you need to reparent yourself, no time like the present to start, and I'll see you in the next Pan video. Ciao.